Hey everybody, it's Kristina Delgado, and it's my turn to share a little bit about my story and inspire every single one of our guests to take that leap of faith and join our team. Now, I just have to say, Jamie, Kristina, and Tabitha, you have blown me away today. It has been an incredibly emotionally impactful day because I sit here as, one of the founding coaches of our team, knowing that my decision to sign up as a coach 8 years ago, my 8 year anniversary was this past August, has created that kind of effect on your life, whether directly because I sponsored you into the business, or indirectly, like Tabitha's story, that she came in through one of the members on our team and has really embraced this opportunity, like you have. And I applaud you and Kristina and Jamie for your courage in sharing your truth. That is absolutely not the easiest thing to do. I know, because I've had to develop that kind of thick skin in this business, because it's what inspires people to take action. And being vulnerable like you guys have been today in some of your most difficult moments of being alive, through sickness, through death, through divorce, it's all things that people experience behind closed doors and don't get to share. And when people open up like you guys have, is when others see themselves through your stories and find hope that they can find a community that is helpful, that they can change, that they can seek happiness and achieve happiness. And so I just wanted to say that, you guys, thank you so much for sharing, for opening up. Tabitha, for sharing that story about your beautiful baby girl for the first time through a live video, which is not easy to do. I mean, it's not easy, period. It's not easy to write about it. It's not easy to talk about it, but you blessed us with that today. And I know that I'm forever changed knowing the depth of your story. So I applaud you guys. And if you didn't see it already, which I understand some people come into this environment at different times and you kind of catch things at different times, make sure you watch all the videos, because it has been an incredibly inspiring day. So I get to go now. And like I said, my name's Kristina Delgado. I have been a coach for 8 years, and I'm the co-founder of the team that you would be joining if you said yes. So this is an incredible honor for me to speak to you heart to heart, to share not only my story, but also share that whoever invited you here obviously cares a whole lot about you, because it's not easy for us to invite people to these things or to post about an event like this, because you never know how people are going to react, especially when you really want someone to join your team, which I'm sure everybody that got an invitation to this event has a coach behind that message saying, please join my team, because I know you would be so great at this. And so take that as the biggest compliment, right? That you are here because someone thinks that there is greatness within you, that someone thinks that you could have an impact on other people, and that you would love to be part of our community. And, someone that has developed this business over the years, I pride myself in the team that has kind of flourished since my sister, who's my coach, joined, because we have this really great family environment where the community is what we, I guess, emphasize the most, right? Because we have the business, and obviously we have a ton of very successful coaches in our team, and that's a beautiful thing. But my purpose as a coach is not only to mentor coaches who have that big vision for their life, but to make sure that everybody that comes into Diesel Nation, which is the team that you would be joining, that's our team name. You'll hear all about that some other time, but that you have a very positive experience with Beachbody and with our team. That's my number one goal, that you come in and that you evolve as a human, not just as a fitness coach, or not just in losing weight. That's a byproduct of what we do, right? You're going to come in, you're going to get fit. I'm going to tell you, you have to work out, you have to drink Shakeology, you have to be proof the products work. But in the meantime, you're growing as a person. And I will tell you wholeheartedly and with 100% transparency that it was joining Beachbody and through personal development and working and growing and learning that I am a better wife. No doubt, still married because of Beachbody, because everybody here knows that marriage can be very difficult, whether you're married or not. It is a difficult thing. I feel like I'm a better mom. I'm a present mom. And I just feel like an all-around more positive and happy person, which to me is fantastic. So when I joined 8 years ago, I was obviously married to Danny. He's my high school sweetheart. And we had 2 little ones. Marley was 2 and DJ was 4 months old. And I was a lawyer at the time. Now I said was, that should give you an indication of what comes into the future. But I was an attorney here in Miami, practicing medical malpractice litigation, for the most part, some personal injury and also some aviation work, like really exciting stuff. And I had horrible, horrible, horrible eating habits. I smoked a pack of cigarettes a day. Oh my God, I know, I just said that. I did. I would like not eat, drink coffee all morning, have a huge lunch. And it was just this horrible cycle of starving, binging, having low energy, low self-esteem, hating the way I looked after having kids, all of that. And all the while, my sister, Becky, who also is the co-founder of this awesome team, I watched her with a very demanding job and 2 little ones at home. We decided to just have all of our kids at the same time, get in mad shape with P90X and then Insanity. And so it was one of those things, and I know sometimes it's cliche to hear this, but it's in fact the way that my story goes. I literally said, if she could do it, I can do it, right? So I want you to feel that way as you hear these stories, like if she could do it, I can do it. And that's exactly how I felt. And so she inspired me to start and to do this thing at home and to first and foremost drink Shakeology. I'm a huge 100% believer in the power of that shake, because that is actually what I committed to first. The exercise, the fitness came second for me. For my sister, it was the other way around. It was fitness first, then Shakeology. For me, it was opposite. Because I knew that if I could commit to just drinking that shake every single day, that I at least would be doing one thing very powerful for myself and for my health. Because I don't have to tell you the 70 ingredients in Shakeology. I will tell you that it is dense. It is the best shake that you can put in your body every single day, because it gives you energy. It's pure goodness. It's pure goodness. I've been drinking it 8 years now, and I can't see myself not drinking Shakeology. But way back then, it is really what was my lifeline, because I committed to that, and I did that every single day, and I started feeling better, and I started having more energy, and I started having the desire to eat healthy and the desire to start working out, and it created this trickle effect in my life that people started noticing. And so we talk about objections all the time, especially in these events, because you're probably coming in with a lot of objections. I think we've all kind of touched on that, right? We're skeptical about the shake. We're skeptical about the business. We're skeptical about everything, because it's human nature. So don't feel bad for that. It's okay. These are just things that you have to educate yourself on, just like I did. And so I was super skeptical about the business. I already believed in Shakeology because I was consuming it and feeling the power of it, but I didn't want to do the business. I was a lawyer, you have to understand, trained to be completely skeptical on everything. And I didn't like the idea of network marketing, right? Which is kind of it's not kind of, it is the business that we are in. You know, you think of home parties, and you think of the inventory that you have to carry, and you think of the cars and the this and the that. all of that. Oh, and the weekends. Like I used to say, I'm not doing this and spending my weekends, the only time that I have to be with my family, being in people's houses trying to sell them things. Like I'm not doing that. And so I kind of always told Becky, like, I'm just coming in for the discount. And I did that for a couple months until I went to an event. And it was in that event that I started understanding a little bit more what this whole thing was really about. That it wasn't really about selling people things and making some retail commissions. It was really about the transformations that were going on simply because people were committing to this lifestyle. And I had already started doing that. And so I started to understand that this was way more than just, you know, DVDs, because back then, you know, I'm a dinosaur coach and everybody in here has probably owned DVDs from Beachbody, but it was way more than that. And I was starting to sense that in that event. And so I decided that I was going to do the business because, first of all, I was feeling so great that I might as well help other people feel great. And especially my coworkers were literally seeing me shrink in front of their eyes and get all this energy. And my business just started to evolve naturally because I was 100% committed to my personal journey first. And, you know, at the time, you don't really understand the power of what you're joining. And I get that. And it's kind of weird at first. And you see the pictures and we're so excited and we're so positive and you just don't get it. But I started to get it and I started to embrace it. And I started to decide to sacrifice some of my time to growing this thing. And taking you back to the time period that this was 2010. And even with my salary as a lawyer, I was, you know, earning probably in the $70,000, $80,000 a year range at that time. So not shabby at all, with, of course, some growth potential. We were drowning in debt and we were in over our heads in our house, and we had overdrawn bank accounts and absolutely no space on credit cards. And it felt like I was in quicksand every single day financially. And I'll never forget that when the two worlds collided for me, and there's been a few collisions. I'm gonna talk to you about a few of my collisions, but when it was a Thursday, because we get paid on Thursdays every week, by the way, it's so awesome, especially coming from the lawyer world that got paid bi-monthly. Oh my gosh, when those weekly paychecks started hitting and we didn't overdraft bank accounts, that was a huge deal for me. I don't know about you guys if you have any financial burdens, but that side hustle, because at the time, truly, it was just some sales that I was doing and helping people with Shakeology, that when those paychecks hit my bank account on Thursday, that we weren't in the red because of Beachbody, was life-altering, life-altering for me. But anyway, I'll never forget this one particular moment where I was paying bills on a Thursday. And I used to pay bills at work because I used to kill time doing that. And so I'm paying bills and I checked the bank account. We got paid with Beachbody that week for whatever reason. I don't know what I did, but I made $200 that week. So I was probably really hustling on that Shakeology sale. And I was able to write a check to one of my credit cards for more than the minimum payment on that credit card. It was the biggest aha moment that I had ever experienced. And I know it might not sound like a whole lot, and fast forward to everything that has gone on, which I'll touch on in our lives because of this opportunity. But at that moment is when I realized that my financial future was at my fingertips. Like I could cure and solve all of our problems with this side hustle that I was doing on the downtimes of, you know, going to the restroom at work and at lunch and in the mornings and at night, that I could literally change our financials. Like I could help our family. And so I started to take it more serious and more serious and more serious. And those paychecks continued to grow. And, you know, Jamie talked about growing your team. You know, we started really growing our team and focusing on the real transformations that were going on. And because of that, I kept growing and I kept evolving. And he was 18 months, which means that it was about 2 years, maybe, yeah, 2 years into my Beachbody business that I received one of those life-changing moments, you know, that I'll talk to you guys now. It's hard for me to talk about. I'm going to try not to cry because I've cried enough today in this group. But I received another big wake-up call, and that was the day that my mom looked at me and said, Chris, I'm going to say something and you're probably going to get mad, because she knows my personality type, and some of my coaches in here know my personality type. She goes, you're probably going to get mad, but I need to tell you something. And she said, I think there's something wrong with DJ. And I said, what do you mean there's something wrong with DJ? She's like, do you not see that he's not talking? And do you not see how he doesn't play with the kids anymore? And at that very moment, like, I felt my world come crashing down. And I knew what she meant. I knew that I had been avoiding the conversation, and I knew that it was autism. And so we sprung into action after being very angry and destroyed about this. We got him diagnosed. We got him in his treatment plan. And I, right then and there, knew that I had one choice. I was either going to use this life event to catapult my purpose or to collapse. And I decided to catapult into my purpose. And I said, for the first time, that I was no longer an attorney. I was DJ's mom. And I was going to make an impact not only in his life, but I was going to use this experience to help other people. And it was through Beachbody, you guys, 100% through Beachbody, that I had the biggest realization in my life, which was, you are not defined by your chosen career. Like, I grew up knowing that I was going to be a lawyer. I knew I was going to be a great lawyer. Like, I just knew that. I was that kind of person. But it was that life-changing moment, which, by the way, you never know when it's going to happen to you. You know, we had Kristina talk about her mom's diagnosis, and Tabitha talk about her baby's death, and Jamie talk about the birth of her kids and then her divorce. Like, you never know when those moments are going to happen. And for me, it was insane that because of Beachbody, I was able to, for the first time, say, you have purpose in being a wife and mom, and you need to pursue that and let go of the ego that for your whole life you held on to, that you needed to be successful in the law, that you needed to be this, that you needed to be that. And like Jamie said, I was that person that when I signed up and even started seeing success in Beachbody, said, I'm not, well, you're crazy if I'm gonna ever leave my job. And it was that life-changing moment that made me see life so differently. And I made a decision, and I said, in 1 year, I'm gonna retire from the practice of law. Well, I did it in 8 months after DJ's diagnosis. I came home, was able to keep him on all his therapies, which, by the way, you guys, and I know one of my customers that's in this group, Nicole, she has autistic babies. She knows that the therapies, they're not covered by insurance. And you have to struggle when a kid is diagnosed with autism because the insurance companies don't recognize it as a coverable disease or condition, and it's absolutely ridiculous. But through this opportunity, I gained control, so much control of our finances, that I was able to provide him everything he needed. And in 2014, 2 years after that, I was able to walk away from the practice of law, right? So a huge moment for me and for my family. And, you know, it's been 4 years since that. And our team has continued to thrive and grow. And, you know, we have achieved amazing things. And people are like, well, why are you still doing this? And the reason why, it's because I want, deep in the bottom of my heart and soul, for other people to experience not just financial success, but success at life. And that's 100% what I want for every single person that watches these videos and that joins our team. I just want you to be successful at life. I want you to have a fulfilling life where you're healthy and being a positive role model for your children, where you can provide things to your children that you never thought were possible because of your career choice, right? Some of you love your careers and you want to pursue that, but maybe you just can't make that vacation happen, or whatever it is in your dreams that you can do for your family, that through this thing, this Beachbody thing, that you can do that. And so that's what I want. That's literally why I wake up every single day, and I am still as passionate about growing this business and adding coaches to this business because of that. 8 years later, it is still my #1 priority. And so that's my story. And what I want you to take from this is that you need to allow yourself to dream many times, and it's just a product of how we grow up and the environment that we live in and the political landscape that we live in right now, that we feel that we cannot, or not even allowed to dream anymore, and to have dreams, because we're always being told no, right? That's impossible. You can't have that. I mean, just look what happened this week with that lottery thing. Everybody goes out and buys tickets in the hopes that they can be this winner and that all their problems are going to be solved, right? I'm not going to tell you that all your problems are going to be solved by saying yes to this opportunity, but why not give yourself a chance? Right? Why not give yourself a chance to do something different, become someone different, be changed, be a role model, get better at life, and grow your mindset and be a positive and influential human being that could have a trickle effect in your community, which is what we do. So allow yourself to dream. Allow yourself to take a risk, because obviously there is a financial risk, right? You have to pay some money to join this. But what I love about this opportunity in particular is that that financial payment that you have to make is truly an investment in you, right? Because you're investing in that shake, that Shakeology that we love, and you're investing in Beachbody On Demand, which is ridiculous. And you're going to see a video later that really summarizes the whole opportunity so well. But I just want to inspire you. I want you to look at this in a way that can really positively impact your life, instead of, you know, what it's going to take away. Sure, you're going to have to sacrifice. Sure, you're going to have to work hard. Sure, you're going to have to do all those things. But what's the alternative, right? Staying in the same position that you're in right now, or perhaps doing something for you. All right, you guys, that's it. I love ya. I hope to see you as part of Diesel Nation real soon. If you join, let's shout you out, because I want to welcome you to the team. All right, you guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.